Hi, everybody. It's me, Bob, again. Just wanted to touch base with everybody. I haven't seen too many reports on what we're going to talk about from either prophecy people on the radio or on TV. But this is something that should be talked about and should be talked about in depth if it's, in my opinion, ever since Trump and Zelensky had that little powwow at the White House. I think it put into action something very critical, and that is the revived Roman Empire beginning in Europe. It looks like Europe is unifying against Trump, and it looks as if Macron is going to be the one to be doing the unifying. I had an article in my website. Macron is the AntiChrist.info that talked about the coalition of the willing. And now it seems that some of the, if not all of the leaders of Europe are referring to the coalition of the willing. And this coalition of the willing buzzword to me is exactly that. It's a buzzword. It means that not all of the nations in Europe are willing to go along with Macron's leadership or with the EU leadership, which to me means that there will be a few nations that will go along with it. And Macron, when he started this coalition of the willing, he talked about something called the concentric circles, which within these concentric circles, there'll be an inner circle, an outer circle, and an outer circle, if you will. And the inner circle will be made up of the coalition of the willing. It's not going to take a lot of guessing, in my opinion, to imagine how many countries will be in that inner circle. And I think we know that it's going to be 10. And Macron is going to be pulling the strings on all of this. He's already mentioned something called the EPC, which is the European Political Community, which will, in my opinion, will do away with the EU and do away with NATO. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll see this until after the rapture, because the Bible says, "In the days of these 10 kings, will God set up His kingdom." So I think this is going to be during the tribulation period that the EPC will come into formation. But we're at this moment seeing, in my opinion, the revived Roman Empire. And I'm a little confused as to why others are not seeing this happen. These are the European nations coming together. They're going to be distinct from the United States. I think they're even going to be distinct from the EU. As I said, the EPC is going to coalesce these nations into three concentric circles. All of this is happening right now. All of it is happening right in front of us. And we need to keep an eye on this, because if we're seeing the revived Roman Empire led by Emmanuel Macron, and by the way, he is leading this, all of these meetings are either taking place in Brussels or in Paris, France. I just read an article today that Russia is calling Emmanuel Macron Napoleon, which is interesting because I think that Emmanuel Macron is going to be even more powerful than Napoleon. The Antichrist is going to control the world, not just Europe. So we're seeing a lot of different viewpoints in the news on Macron, and we have been following Macron for 7 years right now. And there's no doubt in my mind that Macron is the Antichrist, and it's coming to fruition right in front of our eyes. Keep an eye on Emmanuel Macron. Keep an eye on what he's trying to pull together with this revived Roman Empire. and how he's going to distance himself from the United States, and very soon, in my opinion, distance himself from the EU, because they're even talking about it right now, that some of the countries are not going to go along with the EU, but they're still part of the EU, so they will have a lesser say in what the inner circle, the 10 countries, come up with the rules and the what they want to accomplish. And Macron has mentioned that what's going on is happening too slow because if some of these countries are not going along with what Macron wants to accomplish. So this is setting forth this concentric circles that I talked about, and how a smaller unit of the EU or the EPC will have more say than other countries. And this is exactly what the Bible talks about, the 10-nation revived Roman Empire. And as I said, we're seeing this happen right in front of us. We need to keep our eyes open, and more prophecy teachers need to get on board with this because this is critical. Okay? Thank you.